changed my life dramatically. As I was doing it, I began to realize more and more what this experience actually really is, which I equate to something like a 3D video game or like a dream. Actually, a lot of the older Vedic and many other sort of spirituality sort of things talk about this. And it was about a year ago.
This is a video from Jeff Berwick on this guy's channel, Radiant Creators, which I'm probably pretty sure this is somebody you pay to interview you. If you look at some of his other, he only does like one interview a month, and they're like really obscure people that are trying to sell really kind of offbeat medical treatments or things like Jeff Berwick's Tesla technology. And he steals the name Tesla. It has nothing to do with Tesla. So we've talked about before, it's a Rife machine.
Actually, just almost exactly a year ago, that a person came up to me at Anarchapulco, and we were having a Vigilante Insiders Club meeting with incredible people in our club. And he said he has this amazing technology, which is based on what Tesla was doing 100 years ago. But it's been improved on by basically...
This guy is going to show you how full of shit this guy is, and what a complete and total scumbag he is, that he would abuse his... I mean, this is all he has left is his audience. And I just think he's... Just by the way, he's really swinging for the fences with this Tesla machine for $10,000. Shows the desperation. He's probably almost flat broke, I would imagine. And he'll be homeless on the street pretty soon, which will be funny because, Jeff, when you get on the street and you're living in a tent in Mexico City or wherever, you're really going to connect to Source, and you're just going to have so much time to meditate, connect to Source, and just really dive deep into the video game.
A mad scientist in Mexico, and he didn't really give me one. I actually bought it off him. I said, well, I'll buy one off you, and I'll try it out. And I did try it out, and I noticed that I had like way better energy fairly quickly afterwards. And I started doing it because he said it cures everything. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see. I get a lot of people tell me lots of things, and you never know. But actually, one of the first things I did was on my dog, my Chihuahua, Bruce Lee, who had his entire left eye was completely white. And he's quite old. He's actually older than Lucy. He's 1 year older than Lucy was.
This is funny because what this guy will ask him, he goes, hey, if you go to your website, I'll pull it up, Tzla.Club. Why is there no contact information? When you kick down 10 grand for one of these things. And look, he says here, there's a wait time, 1 to 4 months back order. He asked him, why is there, no contact information, no, anything that, would give you a kind of a warm and fuzzy when you're slapping down 10 grand for one of these things. Why don't you have any recourse if something goes wrong? And what he says is that because if the CIA ever found out, and the government and Big Pharma, that this thing existed and he was selling it, they would come and kill him.
And so, those things kind of tend to happen or can happen. It's like I told you, this is like incredible, basically what Nikola Tesla was working on, which is kind of interesting because basically Donald Trump's uncle and the CIA came and took...
Listen to this now. This is where it gets really deep. He must practice this shit. Because now it's Donald Trump, it's George Bush, it's the CIA, it's Nikola Tesla, it's none of that. As I showed you before, it's a Rife machine made by a guy named Royal Raymond Rife from Kansas in the 1930s.
Took most of his stuff and his technology and actually left him basically bankrupt and basically like almost killed him, if not killed him, in a hotel room, I believe. And that was, back in like the 50s or something. And he was developing this stuff I might have the times ranges wrong slightly, but, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this sort of healing, Nikola Tesla had created basically healing machines using plasma type technology 100 years ago. And if you go back and you read about what people were saying about it, it was basically curing most people of most things, very similar to the machine I have. And then all of a sudden, they made it almost impossible to get that sort of technology. It kind of just disappeared. There's still some of those machines around. Some people still have them. There's still a few hundred of them around. But they actually use old big tubes and stuff that you can't even get anymore. And so if they stop working, that's basically it for them. And they also can't run.
I think he's talking about the plasma tubes. Well, if if you're claiming it has plasma energy, you would actually need a plasma tube instead of the fluorescent light bulbs that are filled with argon gas. These ones, and these are smart bulbs, like I talked about in my last video, and they have a technology inside of there that it basically connects to your smart meter on your house and picks up all of the. You can tell how many people are in the room, how much energy you're using, what appliances you're using, everything. It all runs right through these smart light bulbs. It came in. Remember when they got rid of the incandescent light bulbs all of a sudden, and everybody had to get these, and they had to get rid of all the lead paint in your house and everything. So this is all the Internet of Things, and these bulbs emit massive amounts of EMF, or electromagnetic frequency. It's very dangerous what he's doing holding these things. And he says his eyes are going bad. Which is, what are you going to say, man? You're cooking your eyeballs, your retinas. Anyway, back to the hilarity.
They're also pretty, compared to what I have, they're very, very basic. So what had happened is this mad scientist in Mexico had figured out not only how to do that, but without the big...
Okay, listen, he got this information, what he just said, from a mad scientist in Mexico.
Tubes that it needed, but also how to improve it dramatically. I think they say it's about 500% stronger, and he figured out a way to get it better into your body using just basically light bulbs that you can just buy anywhere, which is great because I go through them about every 2 months. So you just go and buy new ones on Amazon or anywhere, and that's fine. And So basically, I kind of was like looking at all this and saying, I think you've got something massive here. And so just so you know, I'm not like part of the company or anything, but I know the people and I've been helping them a lot because they've been growing like crazy. Yeah. And then we just continued on to, they started selling them and people started buying them and other people were having all these incredible things.
No, it's his company. He's lying.
Lady, the most amazing one, she was just about to have her legs amputated, and
there we go.
Her son got her the Tzla machine and put it on her for I think about a week or so, and then she started walking again. She actually started walking. Wow. She couldn't walk. She was going to have her legs amputated. She actually was walking 3 or 4 miles a day, a week or two after the Tzla machine, and she went back to the doctor, and the doctor was like, well, I guess we won't have to amputate now. He was kind of trying to find out like ways that they still could and stuff, as doctors will do. But the point is, he completely, 20 minutes later, she was like walking and when I was talking to them, they were saying, like once the powers that be and the big pharma type people, the CIA and all the people above them, discover this is out there and being like, people can get access to it again, they'll probably do everything they can to stop it. So as I was talking to them, they said, so I think we're going to keep this underground. There's not going to be a corporation. It's going to be a private members association. You won't even know where it's coming from. They ship it as a science kit. So what you do is you become a member of a science club, which is actually amazing. This is one of the most amazing.
And the reason they're doing this, I mean, obviously it's a scam and they don't want any recourse. When you get it, you're going to see it's a piece of junk and you want your money back. But what he's selling it as, this is the only way we can do it because it's so miraculous and so life-changing. And we can't let the CIA or Tesla or George Bush or Trump
there's about 200 people in it now, all basically experimenting with this plasma technology and having incredible discoveries. And they ship it as a science kit. And so far they've shipped it to, I think, 20 or 30 or more countries in the world and haven't had a problem yet because it just looks like it's a science kit. They actually designed it that way. Some people say, well, it's kind of expensive for something that doesn't look like a lot. And it's like, well, they do that on purpose so that it won't get stopped by governments and customs.
Makes sense, yeah. And if people go to the website and check it out,
you fucking
you can
scumbag!
Get the brochure. And so you can see
you're a
pictures
fucking
of it.
scumbag liar piece of shit.
But you get an idea of what it looks like.
Oh my god, I just can't even believe that he's doing this, man. Like it's a rifle machine. They actually have if you want a rifle machine, which is a knockoff of like he's knocking off, you can buy them from reputable companies that actually use the plasma tubes. Here they are. Look at this one is, you can buy one for the whole room or just the handheld ones where you hold them in your hand. These are actual plasma tubes and this one will actually, I mean, you can adjust the frequency coming out of it and get all into it. There's a big thing around these that I think maybe, if you do get the right frequency, maybe you can kill parasites in your body and pathogens. I don't know. This is the deluxe, the whole room blaster. Throughout 8800. But look what you could get. You could buy 3 of these, you know, or more, 3 and 1/3 of these from a reputable company, and then have, you know, there's a live chat going on right here. You know, you can contact someone immediately. I don't know these people. There's an 800 number, and what the fuck? He's over here going, we can't talk to anybody because it's the, you know, the government will shut us down is when they find out. He's got David Icke and Max Egan all wrapped up in it. This guy, he got bit by a bee, and the next day the swelling went down. Big fucking deal. Look at this. After 20 minutes, plasma. There's no plasma. Shut up. Notice relaxation of tense muscles while relaxing. Patient felt happier after the session. What? I think Jeff Berwick is about this close from completely imploding in on himself. It's funny, man, because he's such a scam and lying piece of shit. And that's I'm probably gonna leave it there. I mean, that's all I have to say to this guy. Unbelievable, man.